it was a little bit different situation than kids today who have been reared on YouTube and Snapchat and all this stuff. I'm 35, we had video games and we did have internet, but smartphones weren't in our pockets every day. Just wanted to mention there was a story with CBS News recently about Gen Z. You may have heard that apparently Gen Z is the most pro-union generation out there. In general, support for organized labor is at all-time highs, or at least highs we haven't seen in many decades since, these polls were started. According to CBS News, a Gallup poll showed 71% of Americans saying they approve of unions, and it was even higher for Gen Z. I saw one poll that showed approval rating for labor unions among folks under 30 was as high as 88%, which is like pizza video game territory. I mean, that's really up there. And so I just wanted to mention that and get feedback from listeners and from folks who, tune into the show. Let us know your thoughts on this. Is that tracking with your experiences? Are you talking to workers under 30 and seeing that, in real life? I'm really curious about that. And that's something we're going to talk about at our union summer school next week and kind of dig into that, because I'd love to know if, your experiences in the field are similar, or if maybe there is some kind of disconnect, depending on geography or industry or things like that. But it does seem like that's a huge opportunity. If young people are overwhelmingly in favor of unions, like that is a huge, huge opportunity for the labor movement. And we have to take advantage of that. And I wanted to just take a moment to get folks thinking, what is your union? What is your local labor council? What is your state federation? What's your national federation? What are these organizations doing to take advantage of this moment where we have such broad support among young people? I think there's a lot of opportunity. It's a very diverse generation. And apparently very pro-labor, at least in their opinion polling. What I would love to know is when you dig into that, how sophisticated is the understanding? Is it more of a thing like they just kind of know vaguely that unions are good? Or is there an increased understanding that collective action and organizing is really, what it takes to make changes? I don't know. I know there's a lot of criticism of young people these days. I hear a lot of folks. I'm still in touch with a lot of education circles and still visit schools on the regular and talk with young people. I try to ensure that, I'm always engaging with folks younger than me and older than me. I think it's really important to have intergenerational dialogue. But, young people do get a lot of criticism.
Hey, 5 seconds. Just wanted to say that this is only possible because of our donors. If you want to see more of this, then consider donating yourself at tvlr.fm/donate.
Young folks today have grown up on the internet and with social media, and that's different. It's even different for me. I'm 35, so I kind of grew up on the cusp of that. We had video games and we did have internet, but smartphones weren't in our pockets every day. I think Facebook didn't even really start until I was in high school. So, it was a little bit different situation than kids today who have been reared on YouTube and Snapchat and all this stuff. So I see lots of pros and cons to that. There's probably more cons if we're being honestly, but there are opportunities there. And so, yeah, I would love to hear from activists, organizers out there. Let us know if you're encountering what the polls are saying, that young people are overwhelmingly pro-union, eager to join unions, eager to get involved. I would love to know that. I would love to know if the pro-union young people that you're talking to, what kind of, attitudes they're bringing to it. Do you notice differences with them versus folks from other generations? My immediate speculation is that they're going to be more comfortable with technology and social media than a lot of folks. For better or worse, a lot of our unions are very much older institutions. You go to a lot of union meetings or union conventions, not going to be a lot of people under 30 there. Not very many. All right, so there is a big opportunity. I would say one of the most important things we can be doing is actually talking with and listening to young people. And how often are we doing that? Because if we want to find out what's going to motivate them to get involved, what's going to motivate them to organize, what's going to motivate them to join, well, we got to find out. We can't just make those assumptions for them. It's really important to listen and to have one-on-ones and build relationships and be intentional about bringing people in to this movement. It can be intimidating. There's a lot of jargon. There's a lot of laws that we deal with, a lot of acronyms that we throw around. There's a lot of history, right? There's a lot of institutions that don't all get along with each other. So there's a lot of stuff to deal with if you enter the labor movement. But at the end of the day, it is our best hope for making life better for working class people. And so it's really important that the next generation and then the generation after that and so on and so forth keep it going, and we can keep passing that torch. So that's what I had. I just wanted to kind of close with that and get folks thinking about youth outreach. What are we doing to reach out to folks under 30? Again, we need intergenerational dialogue. It's really important that we're also engaging with retirees. Just wanted to put that out there. It's not all about the youth. It's really important to have that broad spectrum. And I think a lot of times we do fall short when it comes to keeping retirees engaged and learning from the wisdom of folks who've been in the movement for a really long time. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that. Apparently, Gen Z is super pro-union. Not being Gen Z myself, I would love to hear from folks. So if you are Gen Z, let us know. Does it track with your peers? What you're hearing from folks your age? And again, if you're an organizer, activist, a leader of some kind, what's your experience been like in the field? Are you sensing this, positive support?
You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.